It is truly just baffling to me to see all of these people suddenly saying, yeah, Team Canada, we need to support Canadian-owned businesses and products. We need to support Canadian industry. Yeah, we got to be less reliant on the U.S. economy. Even Justin Trudeau yesterday up on the podium saying exactly that. We need to be less reliant on the U.S. economy. We have to invest more in Canada. This coming from the same guy who over the last 9 years has done literally...
Yes, within the space of 24 hours, a lot of things happen. When you take a look at these, Ontario cancel 100 million sterling deal as Trump 25% tariff loom. Premier announced Ontario is scrapping its 100 million contract with sterling ahead of Trump incoming tariff on U.S. goods. Ford government is also banning other American companies from provincial contracts in response to the trade measures. You saw what Mexico did. They realized we can't continue with this, and immediately they are taking actions to stop this tariff. Canada is not wise enough. It is important. I show you some videos.
It is truly just baffling to me to see all of these people suddenly saying, yeah, Team Canada, we need to support Canadian-owned businesses and products. We need to support Canadian industry. Yeah, we got to be less reliant on the U.S. economy. Even Justin Trudeau yesterday up on the podium saying exactly that. We need to be less reliant on the U.S. economy. We have to invest more in Canada. This coming from the same guy who over the last 9 years has done literally nothing to help us be less reliant on the USA. And all of these people who are like, Team Canada, support our industries, are the same people who were very much in favor of crushing so many things that would have enabled us to be really prosperous and really wealthy as a nation. Like, what? Canada is just bleeding jobs right now. Our industries are struggling because of their policies, because of the high taxes, because Canada is not a competitive market. And the reason why it's not solely lies at the foot of federal policies and bureaucracy and regulations. And some of those things, sure, they may be provincially involved, but everything comes down from the top. And the part about this that is just so unbelievably frustrating is the simple fact that that message of Team Canada, support Canada, empower Canada to grow is exactly what conservatives have been saying for years. And we have been name called for it, belittled over it. Oh, you're stupid. You just don't know how things work. That's the rhetoric that has been coming at us from all of these exact same people who are now suddenly saying, oh, you know what? That exact same stuff that the conservatives wanted to do, yeah, that's actually a really good idea now. This has been a very overwhelming week for a lot of Canadians, and the times ahead are very uncertain. And I just wanted to say, regardless of where you lie politically, because we shouldn't hate each other because we have different political views, that's silly. I'm sending you so much love and so much light right now because every single one of us is going to feel this. And I do really hope that we can get onto the same page and really start promoting the Canadian economy in a way far better than what we have been.
Yes, what I realize with these people, they think that, doing this to American companies will cause Trump to back down or cancel the tariff. Instead, they are triggering the situation to a different level. For them to look into it, like, what is a problem? Let's look for a common solution. They want to go this way. I don't know if they are ready to proceed with this. Mexico president is wise. She's wise.
We're entering in a really challenging time, some of the toughest we've ever faced. Tomorrow, President Trump's tariffs against Canada go into effect, and I'm just so disappointed in him. President Trump has chosen to move forward with his tariffs that will hurt America and make Americans poorer. They'll see inflation, they'll see interest rates go up, they'll see less money in their pockets. Now, Canada has no choice but to hit back and hit back hard. As Premier of Ontario, the federal government has my full support for a strong and forceful response. Tariff for tariff, dollar for dollar. If Canada is going to win this fight, we need to respond together. Everything needs to be on the table. Everyone needs to share in the burden. We have so much of what America needs, so much of what their economy and military depend on. Whether it's our high-grade nickel right here in Ontario that everyone in the world wants, that they use for manufacturing, they use for their military, and other critical minerals across the board, energy and electricity, uranium, potash, and aluminum. We need to maximize our points of leverage and use them for maximum impact. Tomorrow, the LCBO, which sells nearly $1 billion worth of American beer, wine, spirits, and seltzers every year, will remove all U.S. products from its shelves and wholesale catalog. Starting today and until U.S. tariffs are removed, Ontario is banning American companies from provincial contracts. Every year, the Ontario government and its agencies spend $30 billion in procurement, alongside our $200 billion plan to build Ontario. And I'm urging all 444 municipalities to do the same. U.S.-based businesses will now lose out on tens of billions of dollars in new revenues. They only have President Trump to blame. We've gone one step further. We'll be ripping up our contract with Elon Musk's Starlink. Ontario won't do business with people hell-bent on destroying our economy.
When you take a look at this screenshot, I just spoke with President Claudia of Mexico. It was a very friendly conversation wherein she agreed to immediately supply 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the border separating Mexico and the United States. These soldiers will be specifically designated to stop the flow of an illegal immigrant into our country. We further agreed to immediately pause the anticipated tariffs for a 1 month period during which we will have negotiations headed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of Treasury Scott, and Secretary of Commerce and high level representatives of Mexico. I look forward to participating in those negotiations with President. That is it. This is the negotiating power I'm talking about. Canada doesn't understand this. This issue could have been resolved ever since Justin Trudeau took up time and visited Trump. That could have been the period they could resolve this. They had dinner, the man ate, drank, and left.
Lead to anything good. America will shrug it off. Canada will decline. That is the CEO of Shopify. Ontario Premier Doug Ford, who lived in America for 20 years, joins us now from Toronto. Doug, thanks so much for joining us. Where do you think this goes from here?
Well, hopefully calmer heads will prevail. We're the number one customer to the U.S. and 28 states rely on us to for the products that they ship up. And I just want to build a strong AmCan fortress, the strongest, most prosperous, safest two countries in the world.
Trade war against our biggest trading partners. Look,
I want to speak directly to Americans. Tariffs against Canada will put your jobs at risk, potentially shutting down American auto assembly plants and other manufacturing facilities. They will raise costs for you.
in NHL games over the weekend. Take a look. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
And I'll just say, you know, Mexico, Canada, and China together accounted for more than 40% of total U.S. imports last year. But more importantly, Canada and Mexico are the top buyers of U.S. exports in more than 72% of all export categories. 72%. We send our stuff over there. So now if there are these tariffs, that's going to cause problems, billions of dollars of problems. And if the tariffs, if they in turn return the tariffs, Let's say you have a coffee store, and you're going to sell a cup of coffee, and your coffee is $5. We know how expensive coffee is, right? Yeah. You sell coffee for $5. Now the coffee beans coming in from Mexico are now $5 more.
Yes, the view Sonny Austin has no idea how the economy or negotiating works. These women hate Trump so much they are willing to put America last economically, just prove a point. That is the truth. Any clip you see behind my videos, that is just for algorithm. You can stop here. God bless you abundantly. Please always share the videos. It motivates me and the algorithm picking up to recommend.
Cowboy Carter.
DEI is not a threat, it's a gift.
If Taylor wins, she could become the first artist.
Right, make her feel good.
It's essential.
Early on, immediately.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
To her.
The EU does not treat the U.S. fairly on trade and that he has some big complaints. Is that true?
Right? And it doesn't mean that we should sit and pretend that it's suddenly okay, that this new presidency is just going to keep on keeping on. That is not the case. And because, final point for me, a year and a half is because...
This is the United States.
You're talking about a man who didn't become the president of the United States because of merit.
This lady is not unstopped.
Where awful things have happened. So,
And sparks move things. And it doesn't matter how much water you have.
Future president and his gag
Are somebody in policy.
The city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, I flew here last night. I was on a plane.
You getting water to areas that need...
He's been trained his whole life to do.
What do we do?
Right now you're looking...
remember it.
We as a country about James.
Yeah, and then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know.
Jordan. The 5 tenants of
Palisades Village right here. This is the town center of sorts. And he did this little dance.
Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, had some...
And then we watch the news or talk to my friends.
Now, look, I have a lot of fear.
This is not...
Well, again, I think nothing can compare to